How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Flicking Things. My name is Daniel, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Last of Us. So yeah, this has been one of my most anticipated shows of the year. I've been pretty excited for this one. But with that came a lot of reservations because, as many of you know, Neil Druckmann is highly involved in this TV show, but he's also the one who was, I believe, the head director of the second one, which in my opinion wasn't that good. Obviously, that's my opinion. However, in saying that, I do feel like there's a lot of great moments in that game, the second one. But overall, I just thought it was like terribly paced and just like the delivery wasn't good. It had some good concepts in there, but it just wasn't good. So going into this show, I thought like, okay, the trailers, from what I saw from the trailers, it looked really good. But the thing is, I was really hesitant because, like I said, Neil Druckmann's highly involved in this, and he was highly involved in the second game, which wasn't good in my opinion. So, in saying all that, I'm glad to say that this show, or at least this first episode, was really great. I thought it was awesome. I just thought it was really done well. And as I mentioned in my trailer reaction, I think it was the second trailer reaction, I was saying how I hope they stay close to the source material. They don't, go away from the source material and just completely change everything. But I also hope they, add something new or add something, extra. And that's exactly what they did. I feel like this show is more of an extension of the video game, and I feel like they sort of build upon the game, which I thought was really great, So, and like I said, this is going to be a spoiler review. So, like in the first game, in the beginning, they start off with Sarah, Joel's daughter. She's giving Joel his birthday gift, which is the watch, or his watch, that was broken, and she got it fixed. On this episode, they actually show the events leading up to that. So they actually show, how as the day gets started, from the moment they wake up into the moment, when all the chaos happens. So between the moment they wake up and all the chaos happens, I feel like there's a lot of cool, interesting moments. I thought that was really good. Like I said, it builds upon the game. They stay true to the source material, but they also added upon it. Like I said, the beginning of the show actually starts off when well, actually, let me step back a little bit. It actually starts off. There's like this panel. It's like, I think it was like back in 1968. There's this panel. They're talking about viruses and stuff like that, and they basically kind of explain how the outbreak happened. This one professor or doctor or whoever, he's saying that viruses are not the real things we should be worrying about. Is we should be really worrying about fungi and stuff like that, and that's pretty much how the outbreak happened. And then after that scene, that's when they start off with the day beginning. It's in 2003. Joel and Sarah are pretty much waking up for the day, and they go out throughout their day, and then she gets the watch that she's gonna give him to for his birthday, Joel's birthday, and she gets it fixed and everything. So I like that. I like they added all those details, because if it was a beat for beat remake, it's like, okay, I might as well just play the game, why watch the show? That's how I feel about like Disney remakes. They usually are a beat for beat remake, and it's like, no, I could just watch the original, why watch this? Yeah, they add a little bit of things, but it's not enough to be like where it warrants a remake. It's like, okay, it's just a cash grab. Whereas this, it's like, okay, they actually are building upon something. They're building upon a foundation, that's already set, and it's actually adding more character to the show. So I really like that. I thought Pedro Pascal was really great. Yeah, like the first 20 minutes or 30 minutes or so was really fantastic. The show in general, like, it actually went by pretty fast. When I started the show, it's like, an hour, 20 minutes. Like, oh man, this is going to be a really long episode. But it actually went by pretty quick, because I was like so into it. It actually went by pretty quick. During the show, I was checking to see how much time was left, and it was like 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, like there's only 20 minutes left? Like that was pretty fast. So it definitely did feel like an hour, 20 minutes. It definitely went by really quick. Like I said, Pedro Pascal, he's really great in the show. I thought he did a fantastic job. The girl who played Sarah, his daughter, was really great. I forget her name, the actress who plays Ellie. I thought she was pretty good for the most part. Well, she was pretty good. I haven't seen enough of her to say like, oh yeah, she was great. but she was good from what I saw, because they focus more on Joel, I would say, than Allie. You know, in this first episode, the characters that played Tess and Marlene were really great. There is one scene where it's really heart wrenching. It involves a little kid and his fate. Pretty much, and yeah, man, that was a tough scene to watch, because it was just, it basically shows you like how the world has become, you know, brutal. Pretty much, you know, people are just doing whatever means is necessary to survive, and that's the whole, I guess, you know, well, it's one of the themes of The Last of Us. You know, obviously many themes of The Last of Us, and that's one of the themes that I liked about, you know, the game. You know, just about people surviving and stuff. So yeah, overall, I thought the first episode was great. However, I did not like the ending of the show, because it just kind of it was really abrupt. Another thing I didn't like about the ending is how Allie, well, Joel and Tess, they discover that Allie's immune, and they just kind of like brush it off, kind of, and I really didn't like that. Just, it was just rushed. Like, you should, for a scene like that, because if you think about it, like, if you're in that world and you find someone that it's immune to the virus, you know, that is a big revelation that just kind of like stops you in your tracks. And they kind of didn't do that. You know, they find out, you know, they get scanned to see if they're infected, and they found out that she's infected, and then they're just, Tess is like, oh, you know, dude, she's infected, and then Joel's kind of like, he doesn't even give a reaction to it, you know. It was just really quick, and the next thing you know, they're getting chased again by these officers from Freda, I believe the government group is called, and like they just take off, and then the episode just ends, and I was like, wait, what? I'm like, for something like that, I feel like it's a big moment in the game. And in the show, in the show, it should be a big moment, a big revelation for our characters. So I feel like the showrunners should have treated it as such. They don't let it like marinate, I guess. They just kind of like, it was this quick scene, and then the episode's over. So I'm hoping in the next episode they'll, you know, build upon that, and then they'll like address that. So like I said, because that's a big revelation, and in the game they treat it as such. You know, they're like, you know, they even threatened to kill Allie if she don't start talking. They're like, you know, what's going on? Like, why are you, you know, you're immune, so why we're smuggling an infected girl and stuff. So then, so they do take their time and, you know, letting that that moment play out, whereas this, they just rush it. That's my only negative about this episode, honestly. The rest was great. It was pretty awesome that they used the original soundtrack for the opening credits. I thought that was really awesome. It's very in line with the game. But yeah, like I said, I thought this episode was great. I know it's only the first episode, but this is getting me hyped up for the rest of the show. I hope they don't, somewhere in the middle, they just go completely off. I hope they stay true to the source material, and they continue to build upon this story and build upon the game. I mean, they have the material right there. They have the blueprint right there. Just don't screw it up. I just hope they don't just ruin everything. You know, they just, like I said, they don't just go way off, but they stick the landing. So yeah, that's going to do it for my review. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you.